I made a lot of bad calls tactically. I made a lot of bad calls. Two big ones north of Brittany, and then another big one last night just before coming in. Ended up finishing in 25th with about 10 boats behind me. So it could have been worse, and it was looking like it was going to be worse at one point, but it's okay. On the flip side, I think I've improved since last year. Definitely, I'm much more confident in my boat speed, and had a good few speed tests with a few of the top guys, and was able to keep up with them. So that was quite encouraging. Just hope we can go back into the next leg and make a few less tactical mistakes. I think partly from the rest of the sailing I've done this year and the last year or so, big ocean races, I've missed out on the kind of that fight, the extra fight you need, and to think about when to tack and when not to tack, and pushing corners and not corners, and when to do them and where to do them, and just had much less experience doing that, or much less time doing that in the last year, which is now coming back to bite me. But hopefully by next leg I'll get some of that back. I've spent a lot of the race playing catch up basically. The first big mistake was off Perovskirk, and I went inside an island with 2 or 3 other guys, and we lost loads, including Henry actually. And then spent loads of time playing catch up, and then we all restarted again just before the Chanel de Four. And then at the Chanel de Four, for some reason I thought 2 things at once, and rather than doing one of them, I did a bit halfway in between and lost to both the people that had done the 2 other things, which was a bit of a mistake. And then spent a lot of time catching up, or trying to catch up. And halfway through Biscay, the first half of Biscay was good. I made up a few miles, and then we all compressed again. And then the second half of Biscay, I was waiting for this big storm to come in, and made a tactical decision based on this storm, which turned up a bit late, and probably wouldn't have worked anyway, but that was my aim and didn't work, and it was just going to put all my eggs in one basket, which was a bit of a mistake, and I learnt lessons about putting all your eggs in one basket, especially if it's the wrong one. It was a really, really hard leg in many senses, but especially in the sleeping sense, in that the first 24-36 hours there's no opportunity to sleep. We were playing with the current and tacking really regularly, and falling asleep wasn't only risky about hitting things, but also kind of tacking at the wrong time. And then going through Biscay, there was hardly any wind for a lot of it, and there was just no real opportunity to get some proper sleep in. So there was a little bit just at the beginning of Biscay and at the end of Brittany where we could get an hour and a half sleep, and other than that it was fairly difficult.